Wait, did you know that BTS's Jungkook fell during a live concert at Tokyo Dome in Japan? Taehyung was very panicked, and he was the first person who showed the most concern. They are a very romantic pair, and ARMY screamed when it happened. The song kept going, and Taehyung immediately wrapped his arms around his partner to help him get up. This incident instantly made ARMY in Japan believe that Taehyung and Jungkook's love was real, not something staged or fake. Other BTS members such as Jimin also gave encouragement to Jungkook, but they kept some distance because Taehyung guarded him closely, so as not to disturb him. Taehyung seemed a little jealous whenever anyone tried to get close to his partner. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Before we start, make sure you're ready to love this moments. Welcome to V Effect. The spotlights of Tokyo Dome shimmered, reflecting the grandeur of the stage as BTS's Taehyung and Jungkook performed their newest song titled Body to Body. The stadium atmosphere felt incredibly electric, filled with thousands of ARMY waving their light sticks in perfect rhythm. Amid the sharp and energetic choreography, Jungkook appeared highly enthusiastic, delivering his best performance in front of thousands of watching eyes. However, in the middle of a fast transition that demanded high balance, an unexpected incident occurred that made everyone's heartbeat seem to stop for a moment. The stage floor, made slippery by stage effects, caused Jungkook's footing to falter, making him lose balance and fall rather hard onto the floor. The sound of his body hitting the wooden stage might not have been heard due to the loud music, but the visual was clearly visible to anyone watching. Instantly, hysterical screams from ARMY erupted throughout Tokyo Dome, creating waves of panic that spread quickly from the front rows to the highest stands. Thousands felt anxious seeing the maknae collapse in the middle of a song that was at the peak of its energy. Taehyung, who was positioned not far from Jungkook, was the first to react spontaneously, his facial expression changing drastically. The moment he saw Jungkook fall, his dance movements briefly stopped because of the panic he could not hide from the cameras. Taehyung's eyes widened, radiating genuine fear that something bad might have happened to his beloved younger member. In that moment, the world seemed to slow down for Taehyung. He wanted to run over immediately, but the demands of professionalism on stage trapped him in a suffocating dilemma. Taehyung's concern was not merely an act for the cameras, but a reflection of genuine care and a bond they had built over many years. Throughout the remaining lines of the song, Taehyung's gaze never left Jungkook, ensuring that he was still able to move and breathe properly. Although he continued the choreography, every step Taehyung took seemed directed towards staying close to Jungkook, as if wanting to be a shield should his partner lose balance again. This intense concern made fans realize how deep Taehyung's affection for Jungkook truly was. Jungkook himself remained still for a few seconds on the stage floor, trying to process the pain spreading through his ankle. His face briefly grimaced as he endured the sharp pain, indicating that the impact was not light and had caused a real physical injury. Yet behind the pain, the fighter within him refused to give up in the middle of such an important performance. He regulated his breathing for a moment, gathering strength amid the pounding rhythm of Body to Body that continued to play loudly without pause. With remarkable determination, Jungkook slowly stood up, even though his footing was not as strong as before due to the sprain he had suffered. He briefly held his ankle to ensure he could still stand upright before rejoining the dance formation. Although his steps looked slightly unsteady and not as agile as usual, Jungkook tried to conceal his pain with a charismatic facial expression. The professionalism he displayed was truly on another level, making anyone who watched feel both amazed and moved. The song continued without any pause, and Jungkook maintained stable vocals as if nothing significant had just happened to him. Every dance movement was executed as best as possible, even though he had to bear his body weight on an injured foot. He did not want to ruin the precious moment with ARMY, just because of a small accident that happened on stage. His focus remained on the performance and the message of the song, showing the maturity of a world-class idol with a strong sense of responsibility. Seeing Jungkook stand and dance again, ARMY's panic slowly transformed into overwhelming support, expressed through cheers louder than before. Jungkook's name echoed throughout every corner of Tokyo Dome, as if giving extra energy to help him finish the performance. Although fans remained worried, they deeply appreciated Jungkook's determination not to disappoint the audience. The atmosphere inside the dome became highly emotional, blending worry, admiration, and pride into one powerful feeling. Taehyung, seeing Jungkook able to stand again, appeared slightly calmer, though his eyes remained glossy as he held back overflowing emotions. Occasionally, he sent signals through his gaze, silently asking whether Jungkook was all right, which Jungkook answered with a small nod. This silent interaction became strong proof of how they protected each other amid the harsh spotlight of the stage. Taehyung stayed near Jungkook until the song ended, ready to react if Jungkook's foot lost strength again. Once the song ended and the stage lights dimmed briefly, the highest appreciation was deserved for Jungkook's extraordinary dedication despite suffering a sprained ankle. The incident at Tokyo Dome that night was not only about the new song Body to Body, but also about proving the professionalism of a star and the strength of sincere brotherhood. Even with pain in his foot, Jungkook's spirit to entertain ARMY never wavered, and Taehyung's concern served as a reminder that behind the grandeur of the stage, they were a family that cared deeply for one another. As the transition moved into a calmer section of the song, the stage lights dimmed, leaving dramatic blue silhouettes across Tokyo Dome. In this brief moment, Taehyung used the opportunity to shift slightly from his position to reach Jungkook. Quietly yet firmly, Taehyung reached for Jungkook's arm and gently squeezed it, a physical gesture meant to channel strength while ensuring his younger member could still support himself. That brief touch became a secret form of communication amid the roaring stadium, showing that for Taehyung, Jungkook's safety mattered more than perfect choreography that night. While maintaining formation to keep it looking natural to the audience, Taehyung leaned closer to Jungkook's ear as the music slowed slightly. In a low but firm voice, he whispered words of encouragement. "Don't push yourself. I'm here if you need support." A short sentence powerful enough to break through the wall of pain Jungkook was holding back. Hearing those words, Jungkook responded with a small nod and a sincere faint smile, a sign that Taehyung's support felt stronger than the pain in his ankle. This interaction, lasting only seconds beneath the shadows of stage lights, became proof of how deeply they relied on each other, even in the most difficult situations. Even as the lights brightened again and Body to Body entered its energetic chorus, Taehyung continued positioning himself within Jungkook's reach. Every time their choreography required them to cross paths, Taehyung ensured strong eye contact to monitor Jungkook's condition. He seemed like a protective shadow, ready to catch Jungkook if his footing faltered again. This detailed and profound care created an invisible narrative for those who observed closely, that on a stage as massive as Tokyo Dome, Taehyung's care and protection remained Jungkook's safest refuge. Behind the calm expression he tried to maintain, Jungkook was actually battling waves of pain that grew sharper each time his foot touched the stage floor. To prevent the pain from affecting his vocal quality, he had to apply highly controlled diaphragm breathing techniques, taking quick deep breaths during every short pause between lines. His focus was divided between maintaining balance and ensuring steady airflow to his vocal cords, a technically demanding struggle under less than ideal physical conditions. When Body to Body reached its signature high note section, Jungkook tightened his core muscles to shift pressure away from his injured foot. He used stronger vocal support than usual to prevent his voice from trembling or breaking due to the stabbing pain in his ankle. Each high note was executed with remarkable precision, concealing the reality that inside his shoes, he had to maintain a careful foot position so the pain would not interfere with the resonance of his voice into the microphone. This mental resilience demonstrated the high level of experience and professionalism Jungkook possessed as a main vocalist. Even as cold sweat mixed with sweat from the intense choreography, he managed to maintain clear, powerful vocal tone without a single note slipping. It was as if he isolated his pain to one part of his body, while his mind and voice continued soaring freely throughout Tokyo Dome, proving that his dedication to performance excellence was far greater than the physical pain he endured. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.